right, good morning everyone, and thank you for being with us this morning for another tremendous celebration of really important infrastructure for this entire community. And it's appropriate that we're celebrating the connectivity of this bike path, and I'm here with my great colleague Imelda Padilla because this is also the connection of the 6th District and the 2nd District, as well as so many other things. We have our Metrolink path here. Obviously, this is a very important corridor for these businesses. Got the airport, and we've got a lot going on here. In this area, and so this has been an incredibly complicated project to ensure people's safety, crossing these intersections, pedestrian safety, car traffic safety, but especially for bicyclists. This route has been, you're taking a lot of risk riding a bike through this area, but now we have almost 10 consecutive miles of protected bike paths that are going to keep people safe when they're riding recreationally, when they're riding to get onto transit, or when they're riding to work or school. And it's really important, especially for this community, because many people who are riding their bikes here are not doing it just for fun. They're doing it because they don't have availability of a car, and they need their bikes to get to transit stops, to get to work, and so on. So this has been an enormously important priority for me for many years, and for my predecessors as well. So it's incredibly important and incredibly gratifying to finally be here at the finish line of this almost 10 miles of continuous bike paths. So we have a lot of great speakers today who've played a critically important part in this project, and I want to start us off by introducing my colleague from the 6th Council District, Imelda Padilla. Councilmember?
Thank you. So good morning, everyone, and thank you to welcome to Sun Valley, as mentioned by Council President Krekorian, the part of Sun Valley where the 6th District and the 2nd District come together. This San Fernando Phase 3 bike path represents our ongoing commitment to enhancing mobility in Sun Valley. Let's wait for that. I'm going to start over. The San Fernando Phase 3 bike path represents our ongoing commitment to enhancing mobility in Sun Valley and across Los Angeles. This project is particularly close to my heart because this is the community I grew up in. In fact, my elementary school is down the street, and I vividly remember when this all just used to look like a bunch of brush. I know the families and the hardworking people who live here, and I am proud to support that they've received their fair share of investment from the city with this project. This project is not just about improving transportation options, it's about connecting our community in ways that are sustainable and accessible for everyone. Investing in the San Fernando bike path is another step towards environmental justice and sustainability for Sun Valley, a community that very much needs it. Hemmed in by the Burbank airport, heavy industry, and major transit, including Metrolink and the upcoming high-speed rail, our community endures more pollution, noise, and traffic than most. This project is about cutting through that congestion with cleaner transportation and recreational alternatives. The success of this bike path showcases the power of collaboration between public agencies, including LADOT, Metrolink, Streets LA, and the Bureau of Engineering. You see what I mean by the noise? Their united efforts have transformed this vision into reality. Special thank you to Council President Krekorian, our neighbor in the 7th, Councilmember Rodriguez, and the City of San Fernando for their roles in creating this nearly 10-mile continuous link from Sylmar all the way to Burbank. And I also want to thank leaders like current Congressmember Cardenas, who was my predecessor, who also played a major role in this project. I also want to salute Council President Norma Chavez from the Sun Valley Neighborhood Council, who's here with us today, for her group's commitment to helping organize a community cleanup and ongoing efforts to show ownership of this bike area by keeping it clean with community cleanups. Kudos to your work. Thank you. Together, we will continue to steer the city's future investment in the Northeast Valley, signaling our dedication to expanding the innovative and equitable transportation solutions across our district. Now I want to say a few things in Spanish. Buenos días a todos por estar aquí. Esta fase que fue completa aquí en la calle de San Fernando es algo que enseña que nosotros en el Concilio de Los Ángeles tenemos mucho, queremos ponerle mucha atención a lo que es todo lo que son las cosas que se merece Sun Valley. Este es un proyecto que es muy cercano a mi corazón porque de aquí soy. Es más, mi primaria está a ciertas cuadras de aquí y me acuerdo de los días cuando nomás mirábamos basura y plantas que necesitaban atención. Y ahora tenemos una cosa muy bonita que los niños que están jugando pueden ver y tener orgullo en su área. Yo conozco las familias de esta área. Son personas que trabajan muy duro, muchas horas, y me alegro que ahora cuando ellos ven esta calle pueden sentir que la ciudad de Los Ángeles les puso un granito de apoyo con mejorar su área. Esto no es solamente relacionado con apoyar otras formas de transportación, pero es también ayudar que tengamos formas más sostenibles y oportunidades para la gente, no solamente de tener que usar un carro, pero también poder usar bicicleta o caminar. Estamos aquí cerca de un aeropuerto, industria y también lo que es la parada de Metrolink. Y también viene muy pronto lo que le nombran el High Speed Rail. Como comunidad tenemos mucha más contaminación, ruido y tráfico comparación a otros. Pero con esto estamos haciendo un paso adelante de tener más alternativas. Así que le quiero dar las gracias a todos que están enseñando que cuando trabajamos juntos, todo es mejor. Muchas gracias al departamento de LADOT, transporte de parte de la ciudad, a lo que es la organización de Metrolink, la organización Streets LA y también nuestro Bureau de Engineering, donde están nuestros ingenieros. Trabajando juntos se pudo hacer esta visión realidad. Y también le quiero dar muchas gracias, reconocimiento particular al presidente del concilio, Krekorian, Paul Krekorian, a mi colega que está al norte de aquí, en el Distrito 7, Mónica Rodríguez, todo lo que es la ciudad de San Fernando, y también a lo que es hoy nuestro congresista Tony Cárdenas, que cuando él fue a Councilmember, también tuvo mucho que ver con este proyecto. Gracias a todos estos años y todas estas personas y organizaciones, tenemos estas casi 10 millas de Sylmar hasta Burbank. Y también le quiero dar muchas gracias a la presidenta del Concilio de Sun Valley Neighborhood Council, Norma Chavez, que su grupo ha organizadose para asegurarse que como comunidad lo mantenemos limpio y enseñamos nuestro orgullo a que se nos mantengan las cosas positivas que nos han llegado. Kudos to your work. Ahora, juntos, vamos a seguir luchando para lo que es nuestra área y enseñando que innovación en los aspectos de transporte son cosas que van a ayudar mucho en nuestra área. Muchas gracias. Y ahora les regreso a nuestro presidente del concilio, Paul Krekorian.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Councilmember Padilla, and thank you for the leadership that you've shown in the time that you've been on the council and really transforming so many areas of this district. And you mentioned collaboration. I should also mention this as an example of collaboration. Where we're standing here, and for miles in either direction, a couple of years ago, we're pretty much nothing but RVs parked all along San Fernando, some of them abandoned, some of them burned out, some of them being used as magnets for crime, and it was an enormous problem for this entire surrounding neighborhood. And through collaboration with the neighborhood council, with the 6th district, with Councilmember Padilla and her staff, with the Department of Transportation, and with our homeless service providers, we were able to house many of the people who were living here in RVs, and we were able to pretty much eliminate that problematic encampment area here, and it was really another example of everybody coming together to produce a really important result. And the Department of Transportation was an important partner in that effort, as it has been in this, and again, I can't stress how complicated this was for the Department of Transportation to work with the other city agencies and non-city agencies involved to be able to bring the pieces together to ensure safety for all modes of transportation. And they were really, really tremendous partners and very effective. And I want to recognize the General Manager of the Department of Transportation, Laura Rubio Cornejo. Laura?
Good morning. It's great to be here today to celebrate the completion of the San Fernando Road bike path. Today, we're cutting the ribbon on over 4 new miles of bike path, which connects to existing paths for nearly 10 miles of continuous, safe, protected infrastructure from Sylmar to Burbank. With these improvements, residents will be able to commute from their neighborhoods to job centers using sustainable modes of transportation that will reduce traffic and pollution, benefiting not only cyclists, but the entire community. Families will have a safe place to teach their children to ride a bike or enjoy outdoor recreation. And by connecting to several Metrolink stops, this bike path opens up so many opportunities to travel across Los Angeles County and beyond. At LADOT, we are committed to providing safe and livable transportation across the valley and across the city. Our recently completed Reseda bike lanes provide a safe north-south route just a few miles to the west from here. And the Chandler Bicycle Connection, now under construction, will close the gap between the orange bike lane path and Chandler bike path for a low-stress connection from Burbank all the way to Chatsworth. These projects bring us closer to our vision of a greener, more sustainable, and better connected valley. I want to take a moment to thank Council President Krekorian and Councilmember Padilla for their endless support on this transformative project. The San Valley Neighborhood Council for your support and years of dedication to ensuring that this place remains safe and inclusive for all. Our partners at Metrolink and Metro.
Right on time.
And all of our partners within the city family. Thank you for all of your years of dedication. And last but not least, our LADOT staff who worked on this project for years and years and years.
Yes.
Thank you for your years of dedication, persistence, and commitment to bringing this project to fruition. I'll take a moment before I translate into Spanish. Let me see.
I don't see one.
It's all the way over there. Okay. Okay, en Spanish. Buenos días. Es un placer estar aquí para celebrar la finalización de la ciclovía de San Fernando Road. Hoy estamos inaugurando más de 4 nuevas millas de carriles de bicicleta, las cuales se conectan con caminos existentes para formar más de 10 millas continuas desde Sylmar a Burbank. Con estas mejoras, los residentes podrán viajar desde sus vecindarios a sus centros de trabajo usando modos de transporte sostenibles que reducen la contaminación y el tráfico, beneficiando no solo a los ciclistas, sino a toda la comunidad. Las familias tendrán un lugar seguro para enseñar a sus hijos a andar en bicicleta o disfrutar las actividades en aire libre. Y al conectar con varias paradas de Metrolink, este carril de bicicleta crea oportunidades para viajar por todo el condado de Los Ángeles y más allá. En LADOT estamos comprometidos a proporcionar un transporte seguro y habitable en todo el valle y toda la ciudad de Los Ángeles. Quiero agradecerle al presidente del concejal Krekorian y al concejal Padilla por su apoyo en este proyecto, al Consejo Vecinal de Sun Valley por su dedicación, a nuestros socios en Metro y Metrolink, nuestros otros departamentos dentro de la ciudad de Los Ángeles. Y por último, el personal de LADOT, que por años y años se dedicaron a diseñar y a contribuir a este proyecto. Muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos esta mañana y disfruten el paseo. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Laura. I know that's a little distracting, but isn't that a beautiful sound? That means people are taking transit and they're going through these intersections safely for everybody. So this is what we've tried to accomplish. Thank you very much, Laura. Our Board of Public Works brings together 5 agencies that have to work hand in glove all the time to deliver infrastructure projects, and it is always a challenge, but thankfully we have the leadership of our Board of Public Works to oversee that and to ensure it works efficiently, and I'm very pleased to be able to recognize the Vice President of the Board of Public Works, Teresa Villegas.
Thank you so much, and such a pleasure to be here with you this morning. Welcome to Sun Valley. As the Vice President for the Board of Public Works, I'm very excited to be here to celebrate the opening of the San Fernando Phase 3 Bike Path project. This is a long time coming with over $30 million in funding. If you hear other speakers say that it took a while, it does take a while. These projects this project in specific was under construction for a little over 2 years, but in order to be able to get money and to be able to get those grants and coordinate, that takes a huge effort. I also wanted just to take this time to recognize some of our staff who have been doing countless hours in coordination with LADOT, in coordination with Metro. These are staff that have project managed some of these efforts, and I'm going to call them out by name just because they do deserve recognition of this effort. We have Mr. Brian Aw. He's a senior engineer with Bureau of Street Services. Mr. Victor Cortez, senior civil engineer. Renee Carrillo, civil engineer. David Mojica, civil engineer associate 2. David Boo, our civil engineer. Claudia Carrillo, civil engineer associate 2. Sunny Ton, our landscape architect associate 1, and Glenn Hoke with the street services superintendent 1. And thank you just for your hard work and your service and your dedication to these communities, whether we're here in the Sun Valley or other parts of Los Angeles. Your time and dedication are greatly appreciated. And lastly, just a special thank you to the council members for your continued support, for many years, and the advocacy for our bureaus, just in helping build and expand projects like this all across the valley. Such a tremendous need in this community. And now with this weather just cooling down a bit, maybe today, maybe because the sun is all bright and shiny, but we do see those clouds. But the bike path, now that it's completed, please ride it and enjoy just the great ride across the city and the valley. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's a sunny day in Sun Valley today, so we're happy to celebrate. Within Public Works, we have our 5 bureaus that have to work together effectively. All of the projects that we do through Public Works are touched by the Bureau of Contract Administration, which has to ensure that these things happen, consistent with our procurement practices, consistent with contracting requirements, consistent with our emphasis on local hire and preventing wage theft, and in so many other ways to make sure that these projects are beneficial not just for the long term, but as they're happening for our communities as well. So I'd like to recognize the General Manager of Contract Administration, John Reamer. John?
Good morning, everyone. It is a glorious day to be here. You've heard all of the facts and the figures associated with this project. I thought I'd bring a little symbolism to what we have here that really ties everything together. We have a bike path. And I love paths because life is a journey. I think we would all agree with that. As I was sitting here listening to the environment, a movie came to mind, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I said, wow, what an appropriate place to be here. And each one of those modes of transportation, everyone makes sure that they're done and allowed to operate in a safe manner. But now we've said, you know what, we want to make sure that that person who may not be able to get a plane ticket or a bus fare or have their own car, but they can walk or ride a bike. How can we ensure they also have a safe means of getting from point A to point B? And so for the men and women at the Bureau of Contract Administration, we were pleased and humbled to be a part of this effort to ensure that, as we've heard, the 10 miles of connectivity here allows anyone and everyone in a safe manner to be able to progress from point A to point B. To our contractor, Sully Miller, we certainly want to thank and acknowledge the work that was done. Each one of these 5 intersections that we have here, yes, most certainly. I mean, you saw them work, and they work well. And it's just a testament to the partnership of the city family. We have leadership here with our Councilmember Krekorian and Padilla, and I have to speak to Councilmember Krekorian because his life has been one of making sure that you have connectivity. That whether it's in CD2 or any other council district in the city, bringing together, and Councilmember Padilla as well, we see here in this bike path evidence of your elected leaders making sure that there's no one in the city that is not taken into consideration to ensure that they have a safe means of journeying through life. So to the Department of Public Works and all of the bureaus, our commissioner here, and then our partner with DOT, it has been a great honor for us to serve here. Thank you very much. And don't do like that, but enjoy the ride.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Speaking of planes, trains, and automobiles, I want to take a moment on the train part of that. And speaking of the partnership that this project represents, I want to recognize representing Metrolink, and by the way, that's one of my hats as well. I'm on their board for a little bit longer, but I do want to recognize someone who actually does the work of bringing projects like this together, the Director of Capital Construction for Metrolink, Andrew Althorpe. Andrew?
Good morning. The Southern California Regional Rail Authority, or Metrolink as we're often known, would like to congratulate the city on their successful completion of the 3rd phase of the San Fernando Bike Path project. Our team, led by our project manager Maria Leibel, have been working very closely with the city's team over many years now to ensure the safe construction of the project around the operational railroad, creating a bike path that will bring great benefit to all of the communities around, and at the same time making significant safety improvements to all of the at-grade level crossings throughout the rail alignment. We very much appreciate the support the city has given us throughout the project. We're very proud of the accomplishments together that we have made for the communities, and we all very much look forward to working with you all again on whatever the future projects may hold for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew. So, one person who has been part of this project continuously for as long as I've been around, and wearing multiple hats during the process is somebody I want to bring up next, and I don't know if he even knows that I'm bringing him up, but he started off as a field deputy in my office. He went on to represent me as my transportation advisor on Metro and Metrolink and with city matters, and now he is with Streets LA, and throughout all of that, this project has taken up an unbelievable amount of his time and energy and his passion. So I'd like to recognize and thank Sahag Gedalian. Sahag.
Good morning, everybody. As Council President Krekorian said, I did not know I was going to speak today, so I'll be short, sweet, and thankful. Whether it's my time with you, sir, or whether it's my time working with DOT, street services, this project has really been a collaboration led by our street services folks and DOT in partnership in getting this done. Again, not just for the community here, but really connecting neighborhoods, again, from Burbank to Sylmar, and really creating an option for folks to feel as though we're one community in the San Fernando Valley. So doubling down what everyone said, thank you for the collaboration, thank you for the effort, thank you for the neighborhood's patience in building this project one crossing at a time. We could not have done it without our staff at Street Services, and again with our partnership with our bureaus, LA DOT, Metro, Metrolink, and of course the council offices that represent this very important corridor for the neighborhood and the backbone of the San Fernando Valley. So thank you everybody.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sahag. Now, we saved the best for last because, of course, Sahag mentioned the patience of the community, and God knows they've been patient going through an awful lot of ups and downs in this neighborhood. And I hope that everybody feels that this is one of the big ups, and we couldn't have done it. I mean, we talk about the work that the city family does, and that's critically important, but we have to do all these projects in close collaboration with neighborhoods, because that's the whole point. That's what we do. That's who we serve, and that's what this infrastructure is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a service for actual neighborhoods that's useful and beneficial for them. And so I want to again thank all of the people of Sun Valley and the entire neighborhood council, but I want to now bring up to speak on behalf of the neighborhood council of Sun Valley, Norma Chavez, the president of the neighborhood council. Norma?
Hello, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I am Norma Chavez, president of the Sun Valley Area Neighborhood Council. We have 13 members who are very dedicated. They're volunteers, and they're very dedicated to Sun Valley. And on behalf of I want to say that they're very, very proud of this path. And we all thank our council members, Padilla, and Council President Krekorian for advocating for our community, and to all the previous elected officials who have worked on this, including all the organizations, and thank you so much. The community is very happy to have a safe place to walk, bike, chat with their kids as they're exercising, and you can see that every evening when it's just packed with families walking and enjoying this wonderful green space. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Norma. Thank you for your leadership and for the service of all the people on the Sun Valley Area Neighborhood Council. It's tough duty, because you take on some of the most difficult issues our city faces. You have to deal with a lot of divisiveness all the time, and they do it for free as volunteers to serve their community, and it's one of the most important forms of public service we have in our city. So thank you. And before we cut the ribbon, there's a bunch of people who are standing behind the cameras here, and we get to stand up here and be recognized as leaders. But I also want to recognize the men and women who actually do the real work. The men and women of the Department of Transportation, of Metro, of Metrolink, of Streets LA, of the Bureau of Engineering, of the Bureau of Street Lighting, of the Bureau of Contract Administration, and so many others within our city family and our partners in other agencies who, sometimes without a lot of notice or recognition, continue to move forward in making our city and our region a better place to live through their public service. So thank you all for your work on this project. And let's cut a ribbon.